So hello everyone, welcome to the complete review of internship at NIT Warangal. So I welcome you all to PlaceWithChand. So I hope you watched all my previous vlogs, and this is the final verdict of what internship really here looks like. I know where to start actually. I would basically start on how I actually thought of doing my internship at NIT. That is where I would like to start. So this is actually in my 3-2. My some exams were approaching, and when I look at my resume, I barely have any skills. I have no idea on what to do. I was very confused on what to do. I was like in a total dilemma on what was actually happening. I'm pretty much decent at studies. If you watch my previous vlogs, I showed wherein I got my semester result as well. I'm definitely not the best, but yes, decent enough to understand at least computer science relevant topics. But I'm someone who blindly believed that it is not only the skills that you need, you also need the education. So education is something where you can acquire those skills from. Now these days we have all the online platforms, but when you look at 5-10 years back, though there were online services available, not everyone could afford them. At least for the people who were doing their graduation and all, not everyone could afford them. So they had to only focus on subjects, whereas skills and all, mostly people wouldn't have all those. So that is where a gap was strongly built between skills and education. So but I'm someone who believes that education is something that you can acquire skills from. In a way, education is also knowledge is something that you need in today's world. It's not the skills, it's not what your CGPA portrays about you. It is solely the knowledge that you require on any domain that you need. So when we have multiple domains that you are working with in an organization, so it's good to have knowledge on how every domain works. So what technologies are being used, this is all knowledge. This doesn't come from practicing any skill or something. This is something called as general awareness when we talk about software organizations. So I was totally in a dilemma on what actually am I supposed to do. How should I get into something, like where should I do my internship at, because 3-2 it is mandatory that everyone does internship. So what am I supposed to do in this? Like what I have no skills, and when I join my internship in any organization, would it be relevant, because the skills that I usually possess are not as we don't get to use all these skills extensively in the software organizations. But whenever I get into any organization, they would require a different set of skills compared to mine. It's obvious that you always do not uphold all those skills beforehand. Also, you would not possess each and every skill that an organization needs. So that is where we usually get the training from the organization to work with their relevant products and all, whatever they are dealing with. So company specific is again completely, that's a different scenario. So here what I actually wanted to tell you guys is my scenario, wherein I had not all the skills that are required, but I had basic skills, and with that skills I was never confident that I would make it into an internship. But internships, jobs, all those in today's world, they are at least 20-30% of them are usually working on difference. So I actually tried a few. For example, my sister's, she's working at Cognizant right now, Cognizant Hyderabad. So it has been 5 years since she joined. So there we have tried, and we have tried in multiple places, and 2-3 places I got the internship, but we have no fellowship or stipend there. So you know how big of a problem was that, because see, I'm definitely not working for the stipend or fellowship. That is definitely true. You could trust me upon that. But the thing is, I stay in Warangal, my native is Warangal. So if I had to go Hyderabad and then stay there and then spend at least 14-15k per room, then my food and all, the traveling cost us in the weekend to the home, all these usually cost a lot. So it would sum up around 25 to 30k per month. So I felt like no, that's not a right option that I need to take, because 30,000 and those internships that we usually do are not usually in the top MNCs. So if it was Google, Microsoft, or some other MNC, this would have been a different scenario. But since we usually get these internships and startups, we definitely do not have that good uphold, a good stipend, good recognition. It is only the certificate that we are paying all this for. So then I thought of, you know, like what was actually happening with me, what's happening in life. So then that is where while I was scrolling through my Instagram, I usually saw this post from IIT Madras. So they posted that you could apply for an internship here at IIT Madras. You could work under any guided professor. So that is what they mentioned. So I've applied to those, and I don't know, surprisingly I got my admission, my internship in IIT Hyderabad. But I was not prepared for that also, because that would be the same again. At least I had to stay in the campus, but far away from home. 2 months I couldn't stay. So I thought, maybe why not try it at NIT Warangal, because I felt like NIT Warangal is decent enough compared to IIT Hyderabad. So what I actually did is I started searching upon internships here at NIT, but I couldn't find any at the start. So what I directly did is I just mailed, looking into Google Scholar, I just mailed one of the professor, and thankfully I received a reply from him. So if you want to know how really I got into my internship, you could watch the previous review part of my NIT internship in Warangal. And thankfully our professor was someone who was very good. So he understood that okay, I'm lacking a bit of confidence. So initially he started to learn, he asked me to learn Python at the start. So I started learning Python, and then I finished it up in a week. So then after Python I learned libraries such as NumPy, Pandas, you know. And once that was done, and then we started, I started with the problem statement here and there. I took like total of last month I didn't go 3 days, and in between I didn't go one day, so 4 days. But one day I came, but I couldn't record the vlog that day. So totally around 28 days of my internship here at NIT. It is good, guys. It is definitely worth whatever that we are doing. It's definitely worth. It's 28 days here at NIT, almost a month. So really amazing feeling, guys, I'm telling you, because not everyone of you or everyone of us get an opportunity to complete our internships or get a chance. First, let's talk about the UG course. We couldn't actually make it to NIT. I couldn't make it to NIT. My JE percentile was 86. It was in the COVID, 86.19, I still remember. So I actually thought of giving a second try, but I didn't actually. I don't know, because I'm someone who didn't study JE at all. I purely wrote it from my CBSE syllabus, and I still managed to score 86.19 percentile. So that's not bad for me. I insisted that it was not definitely bad. So then I had to join Geetham. Obviously, it is such an amazing college. I'm telling you, you could definitely trust me upon this. I would say it's a complete package, guys. Geetham is a complete package. You get to see fun. You get to see, those tough times where you need to complete your records, your mid exams, your placements, all this. It's definitely you enjoy your life. At the same time, it's all also as stressful as it would be. So Geetham is definitely one college. I'm not directly comparing it to NITs or IITs, but yes, Geetham is definitely, they are at least helping achieve that level of hold in the market. I mean, they would definitely not come above any other NITs or IITs, but yes, at least in the deemed universities, I think our college is one of the best. So let's put Geetham aside. I'll do my Geetham review later. One main thing wherein I noticed the differences in professors. They have a lot of knowledge. Trust me upon this when I tell it. It's not the professors who are lacking the knowledge, guys. It's us who are lacking the knowledge. So whenever that you learn something, just make sure that you find application for that, where exactly you are supposed to apply this. If you are learning one formula, let's say a plus b whole square is a formula that you guys are learning, so you practically understand where you could implement this in computer science. So that is how people here at NIT usually learn. So anything that they learn, they usually start applying them. So all those formulas that we used here, and one more thing I still wouldn't forget is the principal component analysis. So when this first came in linear algebra, I'm someone who really neglected it. but surprisingly today I'm using the same formula here in my project. So it's basically that is the gap that I see mostly in the deemed university, because I'm in the deemed university versus this NIT. So the gap, exactly, if I should say, the it is only the application part. So we as students here in deemed university wouldn't think of where this would be applied. So we don't really start with that mindset. We just study for the namesake, but we are not someone who practically look, okay, this is where it gets applied in the future if I'm working on that. So that is not something that we usually concentrate on. That is where I actually felt the gap. But when next coming to when I talk about the infrastructure and all, the infrastructure is definitely, see, this is an old established university, guys, so you definitely wouldn't find the world class infrastructure here, but they are definitely good enough for a UG course or PG course also. If you want to do your MTech, if you want to complete your PhDs, and also it is definitely adjustable. Hostel rooms and all, across from what I've heard, they're definitely not as good as what you think, but yes, it is what it is. They are hostels, man, they're not your home, so you gotta adjust at least. You know there is one point wherein you need to start adjusting, right? So that is, adjustments are definitely something that are required in life. So you are supposed to adjust. And again, the mess food, I gave my review on the mess also. If you haven't watched that video, please do watch it. I'll put the link in the description, definitely. Please do watch the mess review as well. Mess definitely not that great. In what a mess, I guess I ate in Krishna mess, so it was for 50 rupees. The lunch was for 50 rupees. I ate lunch, definitely not that good as it was in my university, but it could be better maybe when the college reopens, because we are only operating in one mess currently, so that is the reason maybe it's not good. One major difference that I would say, doing an internship here, if it is worth or not, it's definitely worth, because here professors, whenever they see any intern, they don't give you projects that are very complicated. Rather, they would see these projects that they do are not usually completely divided into one segment or one part. So they split it up into multiple parts, and then they assign it to various people, whoever is doing their MTechs or PhDs. So that's how they'll combine everything all at once, and then they'll complete a publication, a complete research paper. That's how it will be done. So the same has been my scenario. So I worked on one individual segment, not the entire thing. So that the entire project is like a large scale one, but this part that I worked is something that plays a major role in this paper that they're working on. Professors, what they usually expect, they only want you to learn on how things usually work, like things usually work. What is the that difference, that the core difference, at NITs and deemed universities. So that is one thing that they expect from you. When you go to corporate companies, you don't get to learn anything. They'll give you some random work that is not even relevant to your domain. It couldn't help you out in any other possible way. It helps the organization, but not you. It's only the certificate that would be valid and good enough. So that is one main disadvantage doing a corporate intern. Not all corporate interns, again, when I'm talking only about startups. So startups, definitely not the work you want, but yes, still for a certificate you guys are doing. Rather do an internship here at NITs. Don't just go and don't get into corporate mindset, guys. I'm being very honest, that mindset is very bad. So you understand everything, you think everything, and like any thought that you get in your mind, you only see it from a corporate perspective, is very bad. So corporate mindset is just like falling or running for money, so that's bad. So instead, make money come to you. So how can you do that? Again, you should have enough knowledge, so that is when you could do all this. So I've chosen my area as deep learning and neural networks, so that is the project that I still worked on. So I'm happy with what I've done. So far so good. And yes, this internship has helped me a lot. I would say, do your interns at NITs and IITs. At least in your second year, 2 also you apply. Maybe by 2 holidays you could do this, and maybe 3 you do a corporate intern. That would be a good choice. Or even 3 also you could do. I'm not telling that it's bad, but yes, you could definitely do it, because I did it, so I felt it worthy. Daily 10 to 5 is the timing, so It's good, guys. It's definitely good. Worth, I would say, all this time that I put in into this. I've learned a lot. All this, see, you wouldn't trust me. There is a 280 page book that I bought at the start, and there's only around 30-35 pages that are remaining in that book. That's how much I've put into this. That's how much I've learned. Around 200 pages content that I've learned. It's not an easy task for you to learn it in 28 days. But here, what they expect you is to learn. So I did that, and yes, successfully. Maybe I completed my project. I still got to check on the outputs and all. Yes, with that being said, I'll conclude this video here. I hope every one of you enjoyed this review, and yes, it's definitely worth it doing an intern here at NIT. So I'll see you again in the next one, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So see you all again in the next one. Thank you all for watching. So bye bye, guys. Take care.